right, so what comes to mind when you think about vacation? It's probably definitely somewhere warm, somewhere with a beach, maybe an all-inclusive resort where you can drink all day, maybe a cruise down south, somewhere where you can relax and just forget about everything. Whatever it might be, taking a vacation is taking a leave of absence from an occupation. Or it's a specific trip, usually for a purpose of recreation or tourism. Just wanting to see things, but not diving into anything too much. Not a lot of hassle and no stress at all. That's what you want to avoid when taking a vacation. In my opinion, relaxation is everything. That's the main goal, and that's the key to a successful vacation. It's going somewhere new or familiar and being lazy about it, just being in a total relaxed state. Maybe drinking some fruity drinks, getting away from the day-to-day craziness of life, and enjoying the free time to kick back and relax. But the one thing about vacation is that you don't learn anything. Vacation doesn't make you a better person, doesn't expand your horizons on the world, doesn't make you think in new ways. This does not mean, though, that vacations are in any way a bad thing. It's really nice to go and take a break and relax every once in a while. But it's completely different from traveling. And that's where we get into the difference between vacation and travel. There's a very distinct line between the two. So why do people travel? People travel to see, try new things, and experience a different way of living. To me, travel is all about discovering new cultures and expanding your horizons on the world. Traveling is much harder than going on a vacation. It takes a lot more planning and preparation to being able to discover these new things in these different countries. It's meant to be way harder than vacationing. Traveling is meant for a specific type of person. When you travel, you actively search for spots that aren't flooded with tourists. You interact with locals and go to places where they go. You use their transportation and you really start to get a glimpse of what life is like in the country that you are visiting. You really try and go there and dive fully into it to gain a better understanding of what that country is all about. And like I mentioned before, traveling is not easy whatsoever. And I think a lot of times you see on Instagram these amazing pictures and people in these wild locations, but what you don't see is behind the scenes. You don't see the staying in hostels, backpacking around, not getting much sleep, the hustle and bustle of what really is traveling. It's a true challenge. It's a lot of work. And this kind of adventure leaves you with a lasting sense of awe. And for the most part, it isn't relaxing. But I think what really stands out about it is it's a very rewarding process. So this whole getting to experience a new way of life and seeing how other people live in their cultures is not an easy thing to achieve. It's a lot of running around to get to that place. But once you're there, it's an amazing experience. So I think that better describes vacationing and traveling. They're similar in some ways, but they're very different in a lot of ways. And I think it's very important that we understand the difference between the two, because I think a lot of times people mix the two together, and when in reality, they're very different definitions for each. So I think it's important that we understand the difference and understand exactly where we're going and what we're doing and our purpose for whatever trip that we're making, whether it be a vacation or whether it be traveling. And so you pick your choice. In my opinion, traveling is much more my thing. I just think because you get so much more out of it is why I tend to like it more so. and I really understand like why I'm traveling and the true purposes behind it. But if that's not something that you like, that's completely fine, and by all means do your thing. But in my opinion, that would be my preferred way of going on a trip somewhere, just because of the sheer value that I gain out of it. So I challenge you to think about both traveling and vacationing and determine what you like to do more. And when going forward, look and strive to do more of either or. And I think you'll really start to have way better trips that you can enjoy a lot more so, because you really understand the meaning behind it. So let me know in the comments below what you think, because I'd love to have a discussion about it. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it as always, and we'll see you next week.